Hi everybody and welcome to the course. Since this is an introductory programming course, we want to take a little bit of time to talk about our mindset. In other words, how do we want to approach assignments in this course, and how do we want to approach each other as students in this course? This is a quick presentation to address these items. It's important to state from the beginning of the course that we are all beginners in this course. We have no expectation that anybody in this course has any previous programming experience. In fact, this course is designed specifically for students that have no previous programming experience. We assume that you have never written any formal programming code before. This doesn't mean that you haven't told computers what to do before. If you use voice assistants like Siri or you have Alexa, you've got some experience with teaching computers or telling computers what to do. Maybe you've done other things like worked with Lego robots. Those are okay and really great experiences to have coming into this course. But our goal in this course is to kind of formalize the processes by which we can tell computers what to do. My favorite quote from Steve Jobs was one time somebody asked him a question about something and he said, "I don't know, but I would love to find out." And I think this mindset encapsulates how I wish everybody would be this semester regarding this course. We want to be curious. We want to be interested in learning new things. We want to have a positive outlook on learning those new things. And I hope that you share this opinion. And I want to state very upfront that it's okay in this course to say, "I don't know." In fact, I think it's a really important skill in life to learn to say, "I don't know." And we are going to be very open and accepting to the fact. Anyone who says "I don't know," the goal of the class is to help them find out the answer to the item of which they are not sure about. General guidelines. We want to make sure that we're all helping each other. So there should be a lot of support, student to student, instructor to student, and sometimes student to instructor, because I might need help as well. We want to make sure that everybody in the class is providing constructive feedback to other students. We want to make sure that all of the feedback that we're giving to other students is positive and helpful in some way. Another important thing that we want to do in this class is encourage discussion between students. I am here to help, and I am obviously the instructor, and I'm happy to answer questions, but one of the best ways to learn is to talk to other students, ask questions, answer discussion questions for other students. And if you have the ability to answer a question about a given topic, it's usually a good sign that you understand it. So we want to have a lot of discussion, and we want to be asking and answering lots of questions this semester. Lots of student-to-student interaction is going to make this course a successful course. Some words that we want to try to avoid this semester. This is very difficult. I often have a hard time doing this, and I may have already done it in this presentation. But we want to avoid saying things like, "Oh, well, just install that software," or "Well, simply do this line of code here," or "Oh, you only need to do this." These words kind of have a lot of background to them. They kind of assume that you have a specific knowledge base that maybe another student doesn't. And it's one thing that people that have more experience in a field often have a hard time remembering. So by avoiding these words and trying to not gloss over some of these items with words like just or simply or only, it makes it easier for you to provide a more thorough explanation and answer to other students or to me on assignments. Additionally, we want to avoid saying things like, "Well, everybody knows that," because, that's not always the truth. And just because you work in one area of technology, maybe you're a really great networking engineer or have lots of experience with Lego robots, doesn't necessarily mean that you know things about writing C++ or other areas of technology as well. So, realize that technology is a big field, and expertise or experience in one area does not necessarily mean that you have any expertise or knowledge in another. Ask questions. I can't stress this enough. This course is about interaction, and we want to make sure that we're constantly asking questions when we don't know something. There will be many opportunities. There's no such thing as a bad question. I guarantee you that if you have a question about something, then there's at least 5 other students in the class that have the same question. And how do I know this? Because I get the emails. So make sure you ask lots and lots of questions. Additionally, I want to emphasize the fact that we're working to get code that is functional. So working code is our number one goal this semester. In other words, we want to have solutions to assignments that work. And we're not going to concern ourselves with how well those solutions work initially. We want something that's functional. And things that are running code is a really great thing to experience. It makes you feel good, and it makes you feel happy about the effort you've put into it. And what we don't want to do is, kind of lose that experience and those good emotions in immediately criticizing how we got to the working code. So once we do get solutions that work, we can start to discuss about ways to improve them if there's time. And I know that this is going to sound a little strange, but the reality is, you'll be taking an experience like this and working the rest of your life to come up with really good, elegant solutions to programming problems. So our goal here is working code, and if we do have available time and there's opportunities for discussion, we will take them to look at different ways that we might be able to improve on some of the common solutions that students have had in this class. One thing I'll mention is that I will probably refer a lot to Monday or Friday solutions. A Monday solution, it's 9 a.m., it's Monday morning, we tackle a problem and we go, could this be better? And you say, yeah, let's take the rest of the week or a couple more hours to try and make this or improve this solution and see if I can come up with something better. Whereas on a Friday afternoon, you just want to kind of go home, you're tired, you're worn out from the week, and you look at a solution and you go, well, that's good enough. We don't want to be working over the weekends in this class to, well, it's an online course, so you may be working over the weekends to solve some things. But in reality, when it's getting close to the deadline, we might have to look at something and go, well, it works. And I think that's a pretty good enough solution for now, and I'll hand it in. And if there's time, I'll ask some questions and figure out how we can improve on that. And finally, we want to have fun. Fun doesn't necessarily always mean smiling, jumping up and down, and running around. We can have fun conquering very complex problems and diving into really deep discussions on difficult computational concepts. But most importantly, we want to find the fun in programming for you, and try and make sure that we're enjoying this process as much as possible, because programming can be fun. And I think, again, like any type of process where we're looking to go into a career, we can sometimes forget that the engaging activities that we participate in are fun on some level or in some way, even when we're doing really, really hard things that seem like we'll never have a solution to them. That also can be a really great opportunity for having fun when we come up with the solution, or we realize what the solution should be, and kind of break through that really difficult puzzle to get to the other side. So I hope everybody enjoys the course, and I hope this lecture is helpful with kind of setting some expectations for what this semester will be like, and how the course should interact, and we should all support each other.